This could be huge news for the Phoenix Suns. It is being reported that the team is looking into the possibility of re-signing Bol Bol to the team this offseason. Now, Bol Bol, huge fan favorite. Suns fans love the guy, constantly rooting for him when he stepped onto the court. He didn't get as much playing time under head coach Frank Vogel, but that could change if he's re-signed to the team and is playing under new head coach Mike Budenholzer. We are going to break it all down for you guys. This is Suns Digest. My name is Pierre, and I'm going to go into it all for you guys. But before we do that, we noticed that there's 92% of you guys who are watching our videos, and that's great. We thank you guys so much for that, but you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet. If you want to make sure you're keeping up with the latest Suns news, keeping up with all the updates, all these rumors, anything that's going to be happening, you want to hit that subscribe button so you can keep up with everything that we're going to be cooking up for you guys over the course of this summer. And so let's get right into it. The Phoenix Suns want to re-sign Bol Bol. Now, some fans may just be kind of wondering, like, really? Is this something that the Suns are looking into? We didn't really see him much over the course of the postseason. Yes, that is true. Bol Bol did not get a lot of playing time under head coach Frank Vogel. He did not get really a lot of opportunities to shine during his first season with the Phoenix Suns, but it's now being reported that it may be a possibility that the team is looking into bringing Bol Bol back. He's a very athletic player. He's the son of NBA legend Manute Bol, and again, Phoenix Suns love him. They saw the potential. Suns fans know basketball, and they believe that Bol Bol could have been a contributing factor to the Suns team, but it didn't seem like Frank Vogel believed the same thing, just not really giving him much of a chance to compete in terms of what he was doing on the court. But the report coming out now is that the Suns would like to re-sign him. This is a report coming from Evan Sittery. He is a reporter with Forbes, and he says the Suns would like to re-sign Bol Bol, who could receive a more consistent role under new head coach Mike Budenholzer. He goes into some of Bol Bol's stats. He only averaged 5 points, 3 rebounds per game over the course of his time with the Suns, but he did shoot 42% on three-pointers. Mike Budenholzer, he wants to be more of an offensive guru and have the Suns shoot more threes. Also reporting from Sittery, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, Bradley Beal have all raved about Bol's work ethic throughout the seasons. Now, the Suns can only offer Bol another minimum contract, but they'll likely provide his best opportunity for a guaranteed rotation spot. Again, this could be major news if it's what the Suns are looking forward in terms of what they're building towards the future. The Suns don't have a lot of flexibility when it comes to acquiring new talent because they're a second apron team, so they're going to have to work around the margins. We keep talking about that. We're talking about guys on veteran minimum contracts, re-signing their players, and this is going to be an option, but it makes you wonder, is Bol Bol, does he have a chance to really crack Coach Bud's rotation? Is he a player that Coach Bud is really going to want to utilize when you look at, how the roster stacks up? So if we take a look at Bol Bol's, career stats, he's again hasn't had a lot of opportunities to shine. He had 3 years in Denver where he, kind of was a spot player, only came in a few times per game, averaging, around 5 points his first season as rookie year, and then only 2 points after that, where he only appeared in games sporadically. But then he had a chance to blossom a little bit when he was in Orlando, and that's kind of where this potential comes from. If you look here, he averaged 9 points per game in 70 games played, including 33 starts. Now, again, we talked about his 1 year with the Phoenix Suns and only appearing in 43 games, averaging 5 points per game. So there's a lot of belief that Bol Bol has that potential and that he could become a consistent player. If he were to be in the rotation and providing those kinds of numbers off the bench for the Phoenix Suns per se, that could be something that Mike Budenholzer wants to look at and explore. Right now, you have a starting lineup that includes Bradley Beal, Grayson Allen, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Yusuf Nurkic. That's the kind of the starting spot, and then the Suns are really trying to figure out what their rotation is going to look like. There's a lot of guys that are currently unsigned, like Royce O'Neal. There's a lot of guys that are on player options that we're not sure if they're going to take them, like Eric Gordon and Josh Okogie. So you're really trying to figure out how the Suns are going to flesh out this roster. Of course, we've talked about the fact that they want to add a point guard, but there's also need for help on the interior, and that's something that Bol Bol can provide. He's got some size. He's got some length. He can be a good rebounder. Of course, he's not, he's more of on the slight side in terms of his frame, and banging down low, but he's athletic. He can jump. He's good with his hands. Being a rebounder, I don't think would be too difficult for him. But then we have to kind of look into the possibility is, are the Suns even allowed to re-sign Bol Bol? Is this something that's even possible for them under the NBA's second apron rules? And the answer to that question is yes. They can re-sign Bol Bol if they choose to. One of the provisions within the second apron allows you to re-sign your own free agents. Now, you have to do that under minimum deals, because you can only extend yourself so much, particularly, when you're dealing with the luxury tax, but it is possible. It is an option for the Suns to do. If we take a look at the Suns salary cap allocation right now, and looking ahead into the next season, right now they have allocated the fifth most to the cap. Now, that does not include potential re-signings of guys like Royce O'Neal or Bol Bol if the Suns choose to do that. However, that number does include the potential player options for guys like Eric Gordon, Josh Okogie, Drew Eubanks. Now, we have previously talked about the fact that the Suns may want to reach out to those guys and say, hey, guys, you guys probably want to decline your player option, test your worth in free agency. If that doesn't work out, you can come back to us, see if we have a minimum contract available for you. These are the kind of strategy that GM James Jones is going to have to imply and impart on himself and his team as they try and figure out a way to wiggle around the second apron. And if Bol Bol is a priority to them, then maybe that lessens the probability of Eric Gordon coming back, lessens the probability of Drew Eubanks, Josh Okogie coming back to the team. Will they re-sign Royce O'Neal if they believe that Bol Bol can fill his role or maybe even play a better role for them? So there's going to be a lot of wiggling around, a lot of manipulation of the cap that's going to be done. James Jones, he's the right man for the job. They brought in Tellem from the Brooklyn Nets to be that 3-team trade capologist guy to see what they're going to be able to do in terms of with trading certain players. Now we're talking about guys like Nasir Little, Yusuf Nurkic, what they're going to do with that first round pick. Are they going to include that in any trades? Are they going to try and bring in a new player that's going to be able to add to this roster? But at the end of the day, Bol Bol is a piece that the Suns can utilize to really put themselves in a position to remain being a contender into next season. But that's just what I think. We want to know what you guys think. Click the comment section below. Let us know what you guys are thinking about Bol Bol possibly re-signing with the Phoenix Suns. And again, we're going to be keeping up with the latest news coming out this offseason. Any other possible signings, re-signings, potential trade options, rumors, whatever you can think of, we are going to have it for you here at Suns Digest. Again, my name is CJ Pierre. That's all I've got for you guys this time. I will catch you guys later, and go Phoenix Suns.